Okay, so we left off at number 18. I'm not sure where I stopped at. So running through the problem again, it said find the lateral area and surface area of the right cylinder. Give your answer in terms of pi. That means pi is going to be in the answer. We had a diameter of 6, so that gives us a radius of 3 and a height of 10. So our surface area formula, 2 pi r squared plus 2 pi r h, and I pointed out last time that this is actually the lateral area formula. So we substitute in our numbers. So we substituted in 3 here, and 3 and 10 here. 3 squared was 9. 9 times 2 was 18. So we got 18 pi. And 2 times 3 times 10 was 60. 60 pi. And again, that's really our lateral area. And 78 pi was our surface area. 60 pi is our lateral area. So I want to look for lateral area of 60 and surface area of 78. It looks like I found it with C. Okay, let me pause the video and move it up. Okay, number 19, we want to find the volume of the sphere. The volume formula is 4/3 pi r cubed. So that's going to leave our terms and answers of pi. So one thing I noticed that you'll need to pay attention to as well is that this says 7 inside here. That's not right. You're going to have to go with what's in the problem. So this should be a diameter of 30. I'm not sure why that happened. Which means if my diameter is 30, then my radius is 15. So volume is going to equal 4/3 pi times 15 to the 3rd power. When I put that in my calculator, and let me pull that up. I'm going to leave out pi, so I'm going to have 4/3 times 15 to the 3rd power, and I get 4,500. So my volume is going to be 4,500, and then in terms of pi means pi is part of my answer. And since it's volume, it is in the 3rd dimension, so feet cubed, and the one that matches is going to be C. Okay, find the lateral area and surface area of a regular square pyramid with base edge length 6 meters and slant height 8 meters. Okay, so my formula for volume is going to, surface area is going to be the area of the base plus 1/2 the perimeter times the slant height. L is the slant height. Okay, and again, just like before, this piece right here is really the lateral area. Okay, so if I have a square base with an edge of 6, so that means all my sides are 6, and then my slant height, that's actually here. This is my slant height, so that's the part that's going to be 8. So for the area of the base, that's a square, so I'm going to have 6 squared plus 1/2. My perimeter is going to be 6 times 4 because I have 4 sides that are 6, so my perimeter is 24. And then we have our slant height, which was 8. So I'm substituting that in, and we get 36 for the area of the square. Half of 24 is 12, and 12 times 8 is 96. And then I'm going to add those together, and I get 132. So my surface area is 132 meters squared. And again, this piece right here, that's my lateral area. So I'm looking for a lateral area of 96 and a surface area of 132. And it looks like I found it with D. And again, I'm going to pause the video to move it up. Okay, 21, find the volume of the right rectangular prism given 12 length, 10 width, and height 6. Round to the nearest tenth as necessary. Again, the problem doesn't match the picture, so cross those out. The picture pieces are wrong. Please follow what's in the problem. So we've got 12, 10, and 6. And our volume formula is area of the base times height. Since it's a rectangle, that's going to give us length times width times height, which means we're going to take 12 times 10 times 6. And that, when I multiply it together, is going to equal 720, and that's in inches, and it's cubed because it's 3 dimensions, and that matches answer choice A. Okay, let me pause the video and move it up. Okay, number 22, find the surface area of a sphere with a radius of 7 inches. Give your answer in terms of pi. So our picture and problem match, so we're okay there. And the surface area of the sphere is going to be 4 pi r squared. So we're going to have 4 times pi times 7 squared. And that's going to give us 196 pi when I multiply it together, and that's going to give us answer choice A. 23, find the lateral area and surface area of a right cone with a radius of 6 and a height of 8. And again, our picture doesn't match our words, so I'm going to cross those out, and it says I have a radius of 6 and a height of 8. That means that comes from the top of the cone down. That piece is 8. That does make a right triangle. And now I need to find my surface area and lateral area, and that's going to be pi r squared plus pi r L. And again, just like before, this piece is going to be our lateral area piece. So my radius is 6, so 6 goes in there, plus pi, plus times 6. Oh, I need my slant height. That's what was here. Luckily, it's a Pythagorean triple again, so I know that this is 6, 8, 10. So my slant height is 10. So now I'm going to multiply that together. 6 squared is 36, so I get 36 pi. 6 times 10 is 60, that's 60 pi. And that gives me 96 pi when I add it all together. That's my surface area. And if you'll remember this piece right here, that's my lateral area. So I have a lateral area of 60 pi. Oops. Oh, look. That matches and that matches, but I have a surface area of 96, so that's going to match with answer choice D. Okay, I'm going to pause the video to move it up. Oh, dimensional change problems. This is where it all started. All right, number 24. The ratio of the perimeters of two similar figures is 6:1. What's the ratio of their areas? Okay, well, the ratio of the perimeters, we have A to B. That's the ratio. When we have area, any type of area, surface area, lateral area, regular area, the pattern is you take A squared to B squared. Okay, that's the pattern. The ratio of A to B is A squared to B squared. And for volume, when we get to 3 dimensions, guess what? It's 3-dimensional. I cube them. So in this case, this is the perimeters. So this is the scale factor 6:1. That's to the first power. Okay, so that's perimeter, that's scale factor. And they want me to compare the areas. That means I'm going to be squaring them. So I'm going to square both numbers. So 6 squared is 36. 1 squared is 1. So the ratio from the areas is 36:1. And just ignore that. That shouldn't have been there. It should have been erased. Okay. So based on dimension is whether or not it gets to the first power, second power, or third power. Okay, 25. The ratio of the surface area, see, they're already telling me that surface area is 36:25. What's the ratio of the volume? Oops, I didn't scratch that out. What's the ratio of the volumes? That means that 36:25, since it's already comparing the areas, it's already squared, which means I have to square root each one to find out the original scale factor. So I'm going from squared to first power, so I have to square root it. So that gives me 6 to 5. Now I'm going to cube 6 to 5 since it's to the third power and volume is third power. So 6 times 6 times 6 is 216, and 5 times 5 times 5 is 125. Okay, if you need me to verify that, I can go to my trusty calculator and do 6 to the third power. That's 216, and I can do 5 to the third power. There's 125. Okay, so the volumes are going to be 216 to 125. Okay, I'm going to pause the video to move it up. 26. How does the volume of a right pentagonal prism change when the area of the base is quadrupled? Okay, so just the base is quadrupled, not all of it. Okay, so then that's just going to be 4 times. So the area is squared, so that means it's going to change by 16. It's going to be 16 times the original. You are distributing from a group of 6 items, 1 to each of 6 people. How many different ways do we do this? Yes, statistics, probability. So this is a permutation because order matters. So I'm going to have 6 permutated to 6, which means I'm going to have 6 factorial over 6 minus 6 factorial. And that's going to give me 6 factorial over 1. And that factorial means that I multiply 6 times 5 times 4 times 3 times 2 times 1 all the way down the number line. And that comes out to 720. So there are 720 different ways that I can distribute 6 items to one of 6 people. Okay, 28. In the ball closet, there are 7 basketballs, footballs, and baseballs. You go in and pick 6 items at random. Assuming all the balls are marked differently, how many different groups of balls can you end up with? Well, this time we have a combination. So we have 7 balls being randomly selected in 6 different ways. Okay, so now we have 7 factorial over 6 factorial and over 7 minus 6 factorial. Okay, so that gives me 7 factorial over 6 factorial and 1 factorial. And that gives me 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1 over 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. And then I have the other 1. Well, what you'll notice is that 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1 will cancel out with 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. And I'm left with 7 over 1, which is just 7. So I have 7 different ways that can happen. Okay. Another option too for 27 and 28 is going to your calculator. Hopefully I can get this done in a minute. Click math, arrow over to probability, and number 2 is the permutation. So that means I would have to change that to, oh, I messed it up. Darn. I will show you in the next video.